You have reached Fort Collins Police Services. If you have an emergency, hang up and dial 911. Police lobby hours are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. So we may provide the best possible service. Please select from the following options. If you have general police-related questions, wait while I transfer your call. Dispatch, how can I help you?
Hi, yes, this is non-emergency, but I do need to report ongoing crimes that are getting very, very, very big.
Okay, what address would it be occurring?
460 South College Avenue.
Okay, at the Safeway?
Well, that's what the contention here is. The used to be benches that have been filled in with rocks on the east side of Safeway.
Okay.
Is that private property or public right-of-way?
That's all private property. That's Safeway's property.
Okay. What's your badge number, or what do you call it? Your dispatch number, if I may ask?
I'm sorry, sir. Just one moment.
Sure.
You're busted, motherfucker.
You want it in writing? I'm not gonna do it in writing.
You're gonna call every single person and make them do it their way. It's not private property. That guy should be arrested. He technically gave legal advice.
Yeah, is it badge number? Or dispatch number? Okay, I'm gonna hold. You wanna know why? Because they put me on hold. Possibly to hang up on me. I don't know. But they do have more important stuff to do, too.
You caught everyone in a quagmire, and you have evidence of everyone not knowing it's 4-6. It's right away.
Oh, no.
Is that recording right now?
Yeah.
Good.
No, here's the thing. Is that, regardless of me writing this down or not, a dispatcher shouldn't be so sure of himself to not take the call.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Nope, you don't need to put it in writing when it's that fucking easy for everyone to know.
No. I don't need to put it in writing. You want to know why? It was never in writing that it was private property. Why am I having to reverse something that you guys are claiming that is in fact in the first place?
Everyone who went floppy on this technically moved someone from that place thinking it's private property, and now we're catching every single person thinking it's private property. That's the fucking crime. And they're all playing the same racketeering cover-up game to get out of it. Put you on hold, all shit. Okay, we'll just add every single person on the fucking list.
It's all convoluted. You have to write it down. No.
Nope. Hey, when a cop doesn't ticket me there during the day, I don't need to fucking write it down.
You know what I'm going to do?
That's them saying you're fucking guilty and they're not helping you.
I'm going to, next time we're in town,
Fucking go there. Get your
I'm going to get my little protection order violated.
Do it. Call the cops.
See
and
if they'll
fucking
actually do it. Because they keep claiming it's private property, right? Keep claiming, I'll use this as audio there. When I call the cops, I'll call him up. I'll be like, hey man, dispatch, you've been telling me this is private property this whole time, right? You want to know why? They say get in writing, dude. Because that's the yuppie way to do it. I think you guys have such a bad problem that I think I'm going to see if I can get a exclusionary or a protection order violated. Maybe they'll learn that they can't pick people up multiple times without proving it first.
Guess that cop didn't want to take a charge. Fine. Hey, guess what? That's the real thing. A real cop would take a tip off of the word. A fag cop would be like, put it in writing.
Thanks, Roland. Sir, are you still there?
Yes.
I'm sorry. They said to answer other calls. What was your last question you had?
Oh, that's okay. My apologies. Before we get any farther, though, I just for formalities, your dispatch number, if I may ask?
221.
Oh, you are 221. Okay, we've had this conversation with you before. My name is William Montgomery. We were calling in question in regards to the alleged address of 460 South College, the east side of Safeway, right?
Okay. What's your question before I have to put you on hold? There's some other calls that are going to come in.
The question is how you came to the conclusion that that's private property and you don't have a badge, so you're not a real cop.
Well, no, I'm not an officer. I'm a dispatcher.
Okay, so how long
If you would like any property line information, you can contact the city and the city manager's office at 221-6505 if you would like to go over it in more detail. We just don't have that time here in dispatch since we answer 911 calls as well as other calls from citizens. So if you would like to call the city manager's office at that number, they'd be able to go over it a little more in detail like you wish.
Sure, yes, absolutely. That is actually why I'm calling, is that I have done that a long time ago, and I'm very well acquainted with all of the officer or people in the office down at Zoning 281. Most specifically, Robert Mosby. He used to be the chief construction inspector. He's been replaced with Steve Ticcioni, and there's also Rick Richter down there, and all of the what do you call them? The secretaries. And so the issue is that they've all been 100% consistent with me on that being a right of way. And that's not private property at all. And I have been working with them. In fact, I even requested that a takedown notice be sent for that fence.
What is the issue here that you're calling us?
Okay, the issue here.
I guess I just don't understand.
Yeah.
Why you're calling or interested in it?
Okay. Thank you for asking, because I'm really trying to get to the bottom of this. With anybody, and here's the issue: is that I had jumped a fence in this right of way earlier this year, and it was kind of a sting.
911 calls coming in.
Sure. Why are you calling? Because you just proved it.
That it's kidnapping. You tell them that too.
Like I
in a nice
already
way,
went.
by you assuming that it's private property like everyone else. That's the charge of kidnapping that I'm going through. Maybe he'll see.
There's no probable cause. Oh, what's the issue, David? There's security guards that are still moving people along there.
No. Actually say it. Security guards and land and an illegal sign. Those are two clear-cut, separate crimes that need to be addressed.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad I got through to dispatch 221. He's like, well, what's your issue then?
It technically does belong in a 911 call. We're reporting kidnapping and shit.
Who better to deal with it than dispatch?
It's not an emergency. Put it in paper. It's like, the Chinese are coming.
No, I want him to not be able to take another call from 460 without double checking with the city.
Yep. Enforcing the due process that direction. Alright, have fun.
Alright, thanks. I'm almost there. I have to try and get some due process in every day, man.
next scarf? I forgot. It's gonna be like behind a chair. Just go around. It's right there. Just reach. Feel like it'll feel like a beanie.
Sir, are you still there?
Oh, yeah, still here.
Okay, we just have a lot of calls coming in.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to just let me know what the issue is, so I can get you over to who you'd like to talk to.
No, yeah, absolutely. By all means, 911 calls take priority. No, I was thinking while on hold here, the quickest way to sum this up is you guys are kind of the 911 call. So I've already talked to the city manager's office. I already told them about cops not knowing that that's private property, or thinking that's private property when it's public. And I actually told them that I was arrested by cops thinking it's private property. And they basically have gone floppy in the sense that they haven't gone and talked to you guys to fix anything. And so you right now thinking that that's private property is incorrect. And you guys are asking me to put it all in writing and some sort of like counter complaint and things. When truthfully speaking, all I'm trying to do is report that that is public land. And then I'm trying to ultimately stop the calls from coming in where they keep getting taken of like security guards that are basically moving people along from there, or trespassing charges that are being charged for there. And so there's a lot of people that keep getting moved along from this location, and it's only because the police department keeps thinking that it's private property, because somewhere in your jobs or whoever confirmed it. It's kind of like a telephone game. It ended up being wrong. And so when you said, talk to the, city manager's office, that's exactly what I did. And I've gotten the answer many, many times. It's very consistent. In fact, we ended up both going to the city plat. If you just go to citydocs.fcgov.com, type in original town plat. And there it is. There's three pictures. It's like 143 years old. And so that's what you guys should be using on your day-to-day jobs. And I've already caught you guys not doing that by jumping a fence that was illegally put up in that right-of-way. And so you didn't know the 2384 fence encroachment permit application law. And so, I'm still going to trial because I already explained this all to the DA, and he's just pretending not to that I don't, that he didn't hear it or anything like that. And so, there's just like, really, ultimately, it just comes down to the dispatch being able to take the calls correctly, all cops being able to know that that's correct jurisdiction. And so, regardless of any sort of internal investigation I may be able to get in or not, it would be nice to see if I could have you confirm with your dispatch team or officers and the city manager yourself that is not private property. And because I 100%, 1,000% guarantee you it's not. It's not private property. The 100-foot right-of-way goes from the building all the way to the other side of the street, their property. And that's why they had to get a minor amendment approved to turn it into rocks and stuff. That was a completely separate project to allow someone to amend the right-of-way as minor amendment 160002, in fact, if you go down to the zoning department. So I already got all that. And so I'm trying to tell you this to you guys. I'm trying to get some sort of internal investigation opened to both get that information corrected, and then obviously to drop my charges, because it was kind of a sting. I mean, it was supposed to be a fake sting for real cops, but it turned into be like a real sting for fake cops. And so there wasn't any probable cause. There's no way I can actually get trespassing on private property that doesn't exist because it's within that 100-foot public right-of-way. And so I don't.
That would be something that you would handle in court if you believe you are wrongfully arrested or cited. That's something you would handle with the court, not with the officers that issued the ticket or anybody.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. I know that. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to explain is that I've been given my rights. I understand that I can countersue Fourth Amendment, unreasonable searches and seizures, things like that. But basically, what I'm also trying to report, separate to that, is a separate crime that is unrelated to that, which is a false imprisonment of an officer, or he's going around falsely imprisoning people. And it's not just that officer, it's any officer on the force that knows it. It's any dispatch that calls in that accepts it as 460 South College. It's any security guard that thinks that that's private property, that when someone hangs out on it, they think they can boot them from it, when that's public land. And so I'm actually legitimately trying to report an actual crime in progress right now, which is that you think that's private property. Everybody thinks that's private property, except for the city manager's office, but no one's talking to them, and they're not talking to anybody else. And so if I don't get to the district attorney, if I don't get to my countersuit to explain all this about the cops, that doesn't mean that these people shouldn't be doing this. The security guards shouldn't be moving people along. You shouldn't be thinking that's 460 South College, regardless if I can get to the facts or not myself. And so I'm trying to figure out how you could cause this to happen, or where did you get your information from, and why are you so sure about it? When I just literally told you that I've been to your city manager's office. Robert Mosby, chief construction inspector. And so what I'm asking is, ultimately, if I can't get to this information myself, like you guys were requesting me to, are you going to keep taking this call?
As far as
are you going to keep taking this?
Safeway calls us, anytime Safeway or any local business calls us in that area to say that anybody is causing any sort of issue whatsoever, we just enter a call here in dispatch. We'll probably use 460 South College, since that would be the address that you're referring to if somebody's hanging out on that side of the building and doing anything that might be disruptive. So that's always going to be the address we use for that side of the building, just because that is the address of the location. So we're not saying you're on 460 South College property. That's just the address we use. So officers know exactly where to go. So
Except
if you
that
have an issue with any citation you received or an arrest that somebody's had that they think is wrongful in any way, they're more than welcome to handle that through the courts. If you're wanting to make it known more to officers that you believe this is all public property and they're not allowed to make you move, then I can give you the phone number to the Secretary of the Chief. I can give you the phone number to Patrol Secretary, so she could forward it to officers and deputy chiefs. But here in dispatch, we're always going to enter a call based on our policy anytime somebody in the area calls any sort of disruption. So if anybody's on the side of that building and they say that somebody is causing issues, regardless of what it is, we're always going to enter a call in dispatch. We're not allowed not to. So if you want to go over any more concerns, whether the private property or public property or right of way or anything like that, that's going to be somebody that's not here in dispatch. That's going to be with patrol or with the Secretary of the Chief, and her name is Linda Williams.
Oh, sure. No, yeah, that absolutely kind of makes sense. But if that's the case, then how come you were so sure yourself that that was private property? Because you were,
anything that's not on the sidewalk that would be next to a building, we're going to enter in as private property. So if you have any documentation or anything like that that says it's public property, you're more than welcome to let our patrol people know here in dispatch. If anybody above us says, hey guys, from now on, treat this as more public property than Safeway property, then we'll take those steps. But you're talking to the wrong person here. Us in dispatch, we just enter calls in as they come in. We don't enforce laws here. We don't determine who gets citations. All we do is enter calls in from complaints in the area of any passerby or business owner. So what you would need to do is talk to one of the deputy chiefs or patrol or somebody like that, somebody higher up who actually has more control over those things.
Yep, yeah, that's kind of what I figured, or was getting toward the end. I guess I'm just learning about the hierarchy of it, and it's just it's tough when I feel as though, based upon what you guys have all taught me, growing up in your town, I was born here, Fort Collins, that if I see a crime, I try and report it. And so that's why I called back in here, is because I'm trying to report, like, basically the actual crime of, like, submitting a false document for recording, because the officer that arrested me wrote down, he actually thought it was private property that I entered into, which is just the bench area. And so that's an actual crime, and that's an actual something
so that
that, like...
would be a crime you could...
Who do I report that to?
Us. That's a civil issue that you would take to court.
No, I just reported an actual statute of submitting a false document for recording. It's in the Title 18 statutes.
So you would take that
so is
to
attempting
court
to
over
influence.
that. It's not something we're going to take a report on here as law enforcement here at the PD.
Because you don't take calls on
If
yourselves.
with anything that the police officers have done, if you don't agree with citations or anything like that, you need to handle that in court and go through legislation that way, not through the police department. If you want to contact our patrol division to let them know your feelings about that side of Safeway, you're more than welcome to. But as far as reporting a crime for them asking you to move along, it's not something that we can do.
Well, okay, I'm stuck then between two things, where I've been told now that I need to go to court, and
At
I've
this point, sir,
told...
I am going to have to let you go to get other calls. If you want, I can give you the phone number to patrol, or I can give you the phone number to the secretary of the chief, but I can't stay on the phone any longer.
Okay, I'm reporting the new crime then. If I don't do anything, I have a risk of being wrongfully convicted. Are you willing to let that stand? Are you willing to let these cops actually convict me of being in private property when I'm really not, if that's the case? Because that's what I'm reporting. If I don't do anything, if I don't say anything at all in court,